Welcome back to part 2 of my playthrough of Bloodborne. This is kind of a guide for those of you who have never played it before, but mainly it's me having a good laugh just going through it. Today we're going to be going into Old Yarnham, and we're going to be playing up to and including Bloodstarved Beast. But before I leave the Cathedral Ward, there's a few things that I need to clear up from last week's episode. So there's a few little characters that I need to go and speak to before we do that. So if you're not interested in any of that stuff, skip to the timestamp that you'll see here. We'll get straight into the action. But for now, let's get into the game and continue from where we left off. And I love this opening scene as we emerge back in the Hunter's Dream. Oh, I say that. Fair enough. Right. First of all, let's speak to German, see if he's got any...
Close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion. Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge, home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say? One of the holy...
Okay, so we got a couple of things there. He mentioned a chalice that we've got to go and get. That's from beating the Bloodstarved Beast. That gives us access to the chalice dungeons, which is a big part of getting the 100% completion guide. Not guide, the actual just doing it. And also there was a reference to the DLC there with the worshippers in the hamlet. We'll be getting that. We'll be getting to that in the Old Hunters DLC much later, which is a splendid DLC, one of the best that's ever been created. Anyway, so we got a little bit of extra dialogue. We've already leveled up as much as we can. We're going to go back to the Cathedral Ward. Actually, no, we're going to go back to the first floor sick room. I mentioned in last week's video that there was an old woman that you could talk to, and you could send her to different places. One of those is Lasefska's clinic. But I didn't speak to her last time, so I'm going to speak to her to get that option available. Then I'm going to go speak to the old woman, and then we're going to go to Cathedral Ward. Okay. So yes, we go back up here. This is now locked, so this is the room that we actually spawned into in the beginning.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who you can assure, please.
Okay, so can we trust Lasefka? I don't think we can, but we will find out later on. So, yeah, we're able to now send NPCs to two places. We can either send them back to Cathedral Ward, which is a safe place, or we can send them to Lasefka's clinic, where their fates will become apparent later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly run back to the old woman, direct her back to Cathedral Ward, so that she'll be there when we actually go to Cathedral Ward ourselves. And then we're going to quickly go and visit the young girl, who sadly does not have a good fate waiting for her. We'll get to that in a second. Is he coming up after me? Yeah, I thought he was. Don't need to wait for that. Has he got any more dialogue? Me. Or the flame sprayer. Get rid of you. Yeah, so just a few little bits and pieces to clear up before we actually get into the main part of the game, purely so that I don't forget how to do it. And where is she? She's this way, I believe. Yes, that makes sense. So here is the dogs again. Might as well get a bit of free XP. Get rid of all these. Getting down. So yeah, some of you might remember from the first episode, we have this lady here.
Our bird I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
Yeah, so last time we came here I didn't have any options available to me. Now we can send her to Eden Chapel, which is Cathedral Ward, or Lesepha's clinic. But we're not going to do that for reasons that will become apparent later on. So send her to Eden Chapel.
An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats.
Bit of a bitch. Okay, and now we're going to go and speak to the girl, just so that we can progress her storyline. Okay, a lot of these enemies now I can just run straight past. I don't really need to get anything. I've got all the items that I can from these guys, so we're just going to run straight past. And I believe we can get round this way. Yep. Okay, and now we need to go up this ladder, and we can go speak to Father Gascoigne's daughter to let her know what's going on. Oh, the bells, they chime. In fact, actually, oh no, didn't mean to do that. In our inventory, we actually have the this is the brooch. There we go, blood gem contact. So we got a blood gem that we've attained. That was from the brooch that we got from Father Gascoigne's wife. We can give it back to the girl, but I don't think there's any actual benefit that we get from doing that. So we'll go and use that in a second, because we got to return to the Hunter's Dream. Get rid of him. As I said, the trolls are a great source of blood vials, so if you want to farm blood vials, they're a great way to go around and collect.
Mr. Hunter, still can't find my mum. Oh, okay. I can wait.
Oh.
Isn't there something I can do? I'm waiting for me to come and find what you think, Mr. Hunter.
So yeah, you can send her to
Yes,
Eden
okay.
Chapel.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad. Thank you. I love you almost as much.
So now you can just leave her alone, but I think she gets killed either way. None of this is essential to the game, by the way. Nor is it essential to the 100% completion trophy guide or anything like that. But it's just something that we can do as we hear. I figured as we're going through, I might as well do it. So now I'm going to head back to a lantern, get the hell out of here, go back to Hunter's Dream, and then we will pick up this episode properly. Oh, a lot of people around, We'll go up this way. This town's finished. Yeah, that a lot from a lot of the townsfolk. So yeah, now let's return to the Hunter's Dream. So that's everything that I wanted to do in terms of just squaring everything away. Okay, so we're back in the Hunter's Dream, and we're going to head off to Cathedral Ward in just a second. But now that I've got a blood gem, we can now put that into our weapon and upgrade it. So it puts everything up from 17 to plus 21. Physical attack up by 2.7%. Boost rally potential plus 1.8%. So that is now equipped. You can actually unlock different slots as well, so you can upgrade even further. So you can see up there we've got the blood gem attached, and we've got 2 spaces next to it, but we haven't unlocked those just yet. We'll get to those in just a second. So that's our weapon upgraded as much as we can for the time being. Now let's return to the Cathedral Ward and get on with this episode properly. Bloodstone chunk. We'll be getting those later. Again, upgrade materials. Yeah. So, you can see down here, that's the old woman that we were just speaking to. So she wouldn't have been here before, but now that we've spoken to her, this is where she has turned up. She's safe here for now. Let's just talk with this chap again.
The hunter. Thank you. So that old girl, you told her about this place, right? Well, she don't offer me much in the way of conversation, but still, I'd rather see her alive anyhow.
So we got another gesture there.
If you find any sane survivors, well, send them along to Erden Chapel, will ya?
Erden Chapel. Yeah, so like I said, you got the choice between her, him and Lesefka's clinic. So have a quick chat with her. She doesn't say much.
I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yarnham's in, it's all your fault. You put it to the outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type.
Not a very grateful human being, but we'll see how things pan out. So we're just going to go out to this area first. Now I just want to draw attention to this area up here, because we'll see something there later on. In fact, I'll demonstrate in a minute something that most players will see on the first go. We've got this new guy. Oh, missed the visceral. Blood vials, nice bit of blood echoes we get from that. Go through to this area. When we return to here later on, there'll be a different character here, which unlocks an area that we can get to in a bit. It's kind of a fun area to go to, actually. I don't know if it's an optional area or not, actually, now that I think about it, but that happens a lot with Souls games. There's just these great areas that you don't need to go to, but they offer such a great There we go. Got the visceral on him. Missed that. Okay. We don't really need to come up here at the moment. It's purely to get this. I always like this wooden shield. Let's have a look. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. If we have a look at... Where would it be? I guess it'd be in the... Yeah, wooden shield. If we just have a look at the... What's it? Does it say anything about it? Oh yeah, a crude wooden shield used by the masses who have arisen to join the hunt. Hunters do not normally employ shields, ineffectual against the strength of the beasts as they tend to be. Shields are nice, but not if they engender passivity. I think that's a reference to the fact that in pretty much every other Souls game, you usually have a right-handed weapon and a shield in your left hand, so it promotes you to defend yourself. Bloodborne is much more aggressive. So it's basically saying, don't use a shield in Bloodborne. It's a completely different mechanic. Okay, you didn't need to go to that area straight away, but I thought I'd just show you it anyway, because we can get through that gate later on. But here, I'm just going to show you a couple of things. Those guys are pretty easy to parry. Oh, I always do that with that enemy for some reason. I always get that gesture sorted out. There we go. Okay, so here, watch what happens when we pick up this outfit here. That kills us immediately. Or almost kills us. I thought it killed us. Fair enough. But yeah, so that's... Remember that. Remember that for later. We'll be getting to that in a bit. So which way did I come through? So we're gonna... So this is where we came through from the Cathedral Ward. So that's the old woman. So we're going through this way. This area that I'm going to next, we don't have to go to straight away. But there's a cool couple of items that you can get for it. And there's this pretty cool enemy here. Okay. Best to just dodge around him. In fact, I should have healed up. Always keep an eye on that sort of thing. Oh, it's actually not that tough of an enemy, to be honest with you. So it's got a bit of a bloodstone shard there, some more upgrade materials. Now, if you go up here. That's the actual cathedral ward into there, but you need a special emblem, or you can go a different way, which is where we're going to go in next week's episode. As I said, today we're going to be heading into Old Yarnham, but we've got a few little bits and pieces that we can do first. So first of all, we've got a couple of enemies here that we need to draw away. Something I forgot to do last episode as well. I told you all that you can use pebbles to draw enemies, but I didn't actually do it. Come on. Got him. Okay, go. Yeah, so you can parry those guys with the gun, and then perform the visceral. Now, because we got all these crows around there, I've got my pebble here. I can throw that at him. That draws him away so that we can just concentrate on him for now. Then we'll go and... Oh. Okay. That was a shame. Oh, I got parry. I'm getting better at getting the parries again. Let me just turn this down a bit in my headphones. I'm having to... Can't hear too much. Okay. More blood vials. That's always handy. Yes. I quite often do worse to the crows than I do any other enemy in this, because I don't really pay them much attention, to be honest with you. Now, there's a cool little item that we can pick up here that is not needed at all, but it's a nice little thing. So we've got the monocular here, and down here, that's where we fought the cleric. Is that where we fought the cleric beast? It might not be, actually. That might be on the way to Father Gascoigne. We don't need the old music box anymore, but we can get the monocular. Now it just lets you zoom in a little bit more. It doesn't do a huge amount, to be honest with you, but it lets you kind of zoom in a little and see exactly where you were. So yeah, I think that's where we started from, over in that way. We came down that way. That's the bridge where we go over to fight Father Gascoigne, I think. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. So yeah, it's not an item that you absolutely need at all, the monocular, but it's a handy, nice little thing to have. Now, what I like to do here, we've got what's called, is it a scurrying madness? Which drop upgrade items. So they drop shards, even though we got some here. What I like to do, I'm going to run in this direction straight. I'm going to run in this direction forward. You will see this scurrying madness scurrying away. I'm going to lock on and I'm going to throw the Molotov cocktail directly at it. There it is. Oh, I missed it. Got it. Okay, there we go. So that's got, they disappear after a while. In Dark Souls and I think in Demon Souls you have lizards, which offer the same thing. Basically, they're only on screen for a very brief period of time, and once they've gone, they don't reappear until you go back into the area again later. So if you do have the option, yeah, these guys are pretty easy. You just stay behind them. There we go. Nice bit of bloodstone. So we got bloodstone shard. We got easily enough now, especially with that, another 5. And here we got another 3. So I've easily got enough now to upgrade my weapon to level 3. And if we go in this area, there is a... you can do this. This is kind of an unspoken to-do in Bloodborne. Whenever you go in this area, you don't get anything for doing it. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. But here, oh yeah, it's not Father Gascoigne. This is on the other side of this door would have been where you met the where you fought the cleric beast. So we got another gemstone there. I can't remember if it's any good or not. This was an old asset, I think, and I think this was supposed to be used at one point, but for some reason it never got used in the final game. So all of that area again, that is just to kind of get yourself some more upgrade materials and a bit more XP, and just to see a bit more of the game. What's that over there? Is that Canehurst? It's not Canehurst, is it? I can't remember. I just love the look of this though. Such a good game. Such a good looking game. It really is. I just absolutely adore this game. So, for now, we are going to head towards Old Yarnham properly. There he goes. What is that? What is that? We'll find out in a couple of parts. Oh, I forgot to say as well, some of you were asking if I could do these a bit more frequently. I didn't want to put out too many of these straight away because I didn't want to be doing too much that people just got bored of them. But if people want me to do these more regularly, I've got no issue doing that whatsoever. Okay, so the main thing to get rid of here is that dog. Everything else you can kind of take care of fairly easy. If I can just... There we go. Oh, the dog got through the fire. I'd like to say that was intentional. It wasn't. But that is a strat that you can use. Yeah, the dogs can be the most difficult enemy sometimes, in that you can predict the way everybody else moves, but not so much with the dogs. They just make things a little bit more difficult. There's nowhere to go down this place. There's just a few extra items for you to get. So we've got some more coal dew. That's going to come in handy later on again for leveling up. We're already at 9,000 blood echoes again. Now we can't really do anything in here, but there is this guy here. You'll be amazed how many people get caught out by that guy initially, as in they don't see him. Now we're going to be opening this up in a second. This is a stairway that leads down into Old Yarnham, and it is opened up this way, and we get to see and meet a new character, Alfred, I think it is. Okay, here is a bit of an annoying area. It can be. Okay, yeah, we've got dogs coming out. I like to get round here, on the other side of here. Wow. Even with the fence, even with the railing in the way, I still managed to screw that up. That's not normally that bad, to be honest with you. Those bullets are actually fairly easy to dodge. More quicksilver bullets, always handy. Now we can go through this area here. Now this way here opens up that door. It opens up the stairs in there, but there's just something else we're going to go and do quickly now. Pick up that madman's knowledge. Yeah, I thought it was. Before we open that up, we're just going to go around here, and we're going to go and meet an NPC, and also get some is it fire paper? I think you get fire paper here, which is a very handy upgrade to use.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligarius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned?
Cooperate, why not?
Very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance.
Yep, fire paper. Very, very handy consumable that we can use to...
Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way.
Yeah, so the fire paper is a consumable that you can use. You apply it to your weapon and makes it more powerful. Gives it fire damage.
For us to share. Go
Oodles.
on. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Okay, talk about the
As you
healing
know,
church.
The healing church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the cathedral ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit.
And now we'll talk about Bergenworth.
Bergenworth is an old place of learning, and the tomb of the gods, carved out below Yarnham, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Bergenworth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the healing church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yarnham can be traced back to Bergenworth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the healing church has declared Bergenworth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate.
And that's it for now. So we've talked about the healing church. I believe that's at the top, the upper cathedral ward. And we've got Bergenworth. Both of these are locations that we're going to be getting into later on in the game, but not for today.
Farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
And we'll bump into Alfred again somewhere along the way. So for now, we're heading back to here. We're going to unlock this here. Yep, that opens up this, which now gives us access to get down into Old Yarnham. Now we've got a Scourge Beast that we've got to face in a minute, but now that we've upgraded a little bit, they're not really that big a deal. In fact, we're going to meet quite a few of these in Old Yarnham. So yep, here we go. Dodge. In fact, you don't even need to. You can just face them head on at this point and just kill them. They don't take that much at all. More bloodstone shards. We got loads for upgrading. This will only get the weapon up to level 3. After that we need to do double blood shards, which we can't get until we get into some other areas. Okay, we just drop down here. Can quickly go back up to this bit here for another item. Is this antidote? Yep, antidote. That's cures poison damage, which will become relevant later on in this level. And here we go. It's worth just quickly jumping around the back here, because we've got some hidden item there. Pungent blood cocktail. We'll be using those in this boss fight. Now, Old Yarnham is through those gates there, but before we do that, we're going to unlock this lantern, head back to the Hunter's Dream, do a couple of upgrades, and then we'll come back and carry on. Not doing too bad. Not doing too badly. I keep pressing hill instead of going to the menu.
Welcome. What is it you do?
Okay, let's just
Very well.
let's get a bit of skill going up this time. I think skill doesn't. Yeah, we'll get the skill up a bit. Get vitality going in the right direction. We'll get strength up 1 as well for now. And I've got a few more gems on me at the moment, so we're going to go and see if we can put those. So you can go through, yes, and none of the other gems, well, it's the same gem, but none of these gems are as powerful as the one that I've already got in there. Although you can see that you've got a bit of HP recovery there. But yeah, no point in me putting those on. Is it worth me repairing the item? Worth repairing the item every now and then, just to make sure that you're in tip-top condition. So that's us out of the Hunter's Dream. No, I went to the wrong place. This is one of my only gripes with Bloodborne, is that you have to return to the Hunter's Dream to be able to go to other areas, as opposed to just walk directly to them, which you can in pretty much any other Souls game. So that's a real... I still don't really understand why they did that. So now I'm going to have to return to the Hunter's Dream to then go back to where I was. In fairness, it was my own fault. I selected the wrong place, but either way. So let's go back here. Old Yarnham. There we go. That's the best one. So what I like to do, I like to clear out the entire area, get to the point where I can actually get to Bloodstarved Beast. Then I'll be coming back to the Hunter's Dream again for one final time to use all the upgrades that I've collected and prepare ourselves for the final battle with Bloodstarved Beast. This town is long abandoned. Hunters are not wanted here. But we're going to go through anyway. Now, the main part of the game where we want to go is off in this direction. However, there's a few little bits and pieces that we can get. For example, this guy. Okay, there we go. That's a few more upgrade. I didn't upgrade to level 3, did I? And I missed that. Absolute moron. Okay, so we're not getting off to a good start, people. There's a few little bits and pieces we can get through here. So these enemies in here, they give poison damage. Yeah, if they attack you, they can give you poison, which inflicts damage over time. We've got a hunter's torch. Now this is not that much different to the regular one, but I believe you can actually cause damage with these. And with beasts, not these particular beasts, but some beasts that we're going to see in just a second, I think it actually keeps them away from you. So we're going to drop down to an area. Now this here is actually a shortcut that we're going to open in just a bit, which is going to give us an easy access to Bloodstarved Beast. That's another common thing in Souls games. You quite have these expansive areas that you can then easily connect later. So we do have a missing item there that I missed, but we can get that later on when we go back for the Bloodstarved Beast. Another cold blood dew. Oh, is it worth me going to get it? I'm just going to go down and get it now so I don't forget. So we got these here, more bloodstone shards. Now, unfortunately, I have to go back this way, but it's fine. No problem, no problem. This video is probably going to be a lot longer than I anticipated it would be, actually. I think it's going to take me a little while to clear out Old Yarnham, but it's kind of a fun area. So, that's that little area done. Now we're going to get some dialogue.
You there? Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yarnham, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to those above. Turn back, for the hunter will face the hunt.
Yeah, that's the character that we're going to have a bit of a fight with in a bit. I can't remember if it's that tower or that tower directly in front of us. I think it's that one, but we'll get there in a second. Now, before we progress, there are a load more blood vials here. Yep, 6. And you have to be careful here, because we've got a lot of these smoky areas which conceal a lot of the enemies. Now, if we go back here, be careful. Yep. Draw them out one at a time is best. Is there another one that comes out here? Yep, get him out. Okay, get him out instead then. None of these enemies are particularly bad, but they have a habit of overwhelming you in groups if you don't know where you're going and if you just charge directly in. I'm just going to quickly go around the corner here. There's an item we can pick up. More bloodstone shards. Now, I don't need any more of these at the moment because the weapon that I'm going to upgrade, I've already got more than enough that I need to get it up to its to +3. However, if you do want to upgrade multiple weapons, then you can do so. There we go. Right, I'll just heal up quickly. And we got another cold blood dew round this area. Now we're going to go round here. And once again, draw some of them out. So there again, you can see how they could quite easily overwhelm you if you're not paying attention. 2 of them at a time is not too bad. However, there were 5 enemies there that could quite easily overwhelm you well, easily. More bloodstone gems. Gemstone, should I say. Is there an... Now we can drop down here, but yeah. Ah, so it is that tower. That's him up there. You can see him with the guns up there. Now we're actually going to head this way first. There's a couple more items that we can pick up. More bloodstone shards. I'm just picking up every item that we've got. So we got one of these guys. These guys are a little bigger. I believe if you allow... If they start shouting, I believe that wakes up other enemies. I can't remember. I could be wrong about that. I don't think there's anything I can get round here. That's just the way you can... Yeah, if you take the stairs, that's... You end up in this point, so... Yeah, I just dropped down the other area. Okay, we've got a couple more beasts now. Yep, although he can take care of them. That was a bit silly of me there. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you have to be careful that you don't get in the line of his fire then when he's blowing those barrels up. Through this way, hide round this corner. More bloodstone shards that we don't need. I mentioned I haven't talked enough about the trick weapon here. So when you can extend the range of the weapon, and you can also do it while you're fighting, which causes more damage. I didn't explain that well at all, did I? More fire paper, that's going to come in handy. So yeah, this area, wow. That's not usually what happens there. I did that wrong. Usually you can go in there and just pick the enemies off one by one. Obviously I just barreled on in there then without really paying attention. So it activated everybody. I promise you there's a stealthier way you can do that. Yeah, usually those beasts are asleep in this area. So you can pick them off quite easily before they actually become too aware of you. But obviously that wasn't the case with them. So another gemstone there. This area can be a little bit tricky. So this is another area where I like to go in and activate the enemies so that they're aware of you, and then draw them over to this so that you're not getting shot at. Yep, get him in here as well. Can actually hide behind here. Oh, got caught by him then. Yeah, he just keeps firing at you in certain areas. Let's grab this, more cold blood dew, it's very handy. Hot back in here. I think that's all the enemies take. Now there's a couple more here. I don't think you can get... I don't think he can fire at you here though. He says... Over to this corner. Yeah, he can't fire at you in this corner here. Now we've got everything around this area, so we can get rid of that. Now we've actually got a hunter over there, which we can draw over to us, but we're going to leave that for the time being. For now... Oh, yeah. He has quite a short range in which he can pursue you, though, and then he has to go back. We'll deal with him in a second. Okay. This guy can be a bit tricky. Gonna get the fire paper sorted. I should have put it on beforehand, actually. This guy can be a bit difficult. Now, a lot of people, when they get up on here, you can actually shoot him off the side of the building. I've always been pretty bad with it. I don't know if that's because I'm using the blunderbuss and not the pistol. Yeah, he can be a real son of a bitch, this guy. Oh, man. No.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
First death of this run. Of this video, should I say. Yeah, he can be quite tricky, that guy. As I said, you can normally shoot him off the side of the building, but it can be quite difficult. So it's up to you whether you... For this, I'm just going to try and run straight through. I've already cleared this area the once. I can't be bothered going through it again, especially as I'm doing a video. So we're just going to run through this area. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I'm just going to run all the way through. And get back this way. Oh, I missed this item before as well. Antidote, that's handy. Yeah, I don't recommend doing this, but as I've already cleared the area and I already know which way I'm going to go, I'm just going to go back through to here. There we go. Oh, he can come up after you. I forgot. I couldn't remember if the beast did or not. I didn't do a very good job here, did I? Might as well wait for him. Or does he go back down? Okay, that gets rid of him. This time, I think I'm going to do the fire paper. It's a shame that I couldn't have activated the top. We're going to give this guy another go. Let's see what I can do. Get my blood echoes back for a start. Get him off. Yep. Oh no!
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Okay, third attempt at this guy. Fuck you.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Attempt number 4. And I've lost all of my blood vials at this point trying to get back to him. Nice. Didn't mean to do that gesture, but quite apparent. So I knocked him off the side of the building there. Now what I normally do here, and most people do here, if I exit out and then load back in, there's an item that he drops, which will be there when we load back in. Just a little bit easier than having to go back later and get it. I've already done it 4 times. You won't have seen any of that. Let's go back in. And there we go. Powder keg, hunter badge. I believe that gives us access to more items in the shop again, if you can call it a shop. That's a place that you buy things from. So we're going to head back down to here, and now we're going to head down this way. And this is a little easier way of clearing out this area here. So we've got this expansive area going on right now. What we're going to do, that clears out a load of enemies for us down there. So there's still a lot of people, a lot of enemies to deal with, but that's gotten rid of quite a few of them. So we can go along these beams. Got some items that we can pick up. There's quite a tricky item to pick up over there. I never seem to be able to get the jump right, but we'll try it in a second, see if it works. Got this one here. I never get this jump right, but we'll give it a go. Oh, I can't be bothered. Up there, if you can jump over there, there's a... You can get like special items for the messenger places. That won't make sense until I see it later. We'll try and get it later on. Maybe I'll do a run through and we'll go back through and get all of that stuff. But okay, so for now we're going to drop down, clear out these enemies. They're all fairly slow, so it's not really too bad an area to go into. Even these bigger guys, they're just lumbering. Okay, there's a few more over that way. Yep, they're scared of the fire. Oh! What is wrong with me today? I'm not paying attention, that's why. Quite frustrating. I'm certainly not an expert at playing Bloodborne, that's for sure. But I have completed it many times, believe it or not. Right, so we're just going to run through again. One good thing, however, when you do have to do the run backs now that he's dead, I can't remember the name of that NPC actually, but now that he's dead, we don't have to worry about getting shot at. Well, you can actually go down the ladder there. I never realised that. Okay, you know what? I might try and beat this guy. This guy can be quite tough as well. Oh, if I can get him in this corner and just keep him going, I might be able to... Okay, keep going. No! Damn. I'm doing terrible. How do I get the blood echoes? Okay. Quickly go over there. Grab those. There's none there anyway. How did I lose those? Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm back here. I might as well have another go at doing this jump. Messed it up again. Brilliant. Hate this. Fuck off. See what we can do here. Okay. Now, one thing you can do with this guy, you can actually stay down here and you can draw him out. Okay, see? That gives me a chance to... Oh, he's healed up as well, isn't he? Yeah, he's healed up as well, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah, he does that. This gives us more of an opportunity to heal up than anything else. And I think we got him. There we go. There we go. So we got some bone marrow ash, which is an upgrade item for the gun. Plus I got some decent... Okay, so beforehand, that's where I went up to beat the guy with the gun. I can't remember his name. But you can go into this place via this way instead. And pick up a few more items that you can't the other way. Get rid of this guy. Now it's worth pointing out, because I've died, that trick that I did earlier on when I went upstairs and dropped the chandelier, which burnt a load of the enemies and got rid of a load of them, I can't do that now. I can't do that anymore. So we're going to go this way instead. Yeah, there's the messenger hat over there. Like I said, it's a bit of a pain to get to. I always mess the jump up for some reason. And I can't be bothered to go and do it now. But yeah, there's this item here. Okay, some of the enemies are still dying down there. This can be a bit more difficult now though. Drop down, plunge attack. It's these guys that can sneak up on you. Yeah, the beast guys. Because they're that much faster that they can make it that much more. Okay, get rid of this guy. That's good. These guys at least are slow. Gives me a bit of time to get rid of them. Okay, we're not doing so bad. Pick up some blood vials, much needed. Ritual blood. This is something that we're going to need later on. As it says in the name, it's a ritual item, which lets us access the chalice dungeons later on. When combined with the chalice that we're going to get from beating the blood-starved beast. Although the way I'm playing today, I'm not sure I'm going to be beating anything. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, we got this item that we can get in here. It's by beating this guy. Now you don't need to do any of this. This is just items that you can pick up. So might as well go through and get everything that we can. It would have helped if I hadn't have died a number of times. It kind of, you know, loses the momentum of what I'm doing here. Go through this way. Got one more guy here. So this area is now completely cleared out. That's all the items in this area. Do you know what? I'm going to give it one more go to try and get that messenger's hat. So by going back this way, this area's already been cleared out. Just to see if I can do it. I just kind of like the idea of doing it all in one go. There's a couple of areas that we're going to be returning to afterwards as well, once we've opened up a few shortcuts. So once again, this is where we... Is it Jura? Is that his name? That's where we fought the guy with the gun. This is where we were earlier. I'm going to go back into this room. I'm just... Whoa, I nearly fell off then. So... Got to practice the jump. I'm no good at the jump. It doesn't help that there's not a dedicated jump button in this game. In Elden Ring, you get a proper jump, which is so, you know, it's just such a blessing after you played this for a while. With this, you have to press the jump run button, and then at the last minute, I did it again. I messed up again. Oh, well, I got my blood echoes anyway, so I missed them last time. But, okay, all right, it's not happening. I'll have to come back there at some point. Yeah, if you can make it over that jump, there's a messenger. There's what's called messenger hats, which you can use to Well, I'll show you in a bit. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so oh man, that's not right. I can't not do it, can I? I've got to go and do it. I've got to go and do it. All right, gonna give it one more go. At least there's no enemies to deal with, I guess. Get my blood up. It's just a shame you've got so many, you know, run backs that you've got to do with this. Okay, so we can drop down onto here. Yes! Did it that time. Thank God for that. Okay, so now we can... Bloody messenger head bandage. If we just have a quick look at this... That might be something that we... Yes, bloody... Accessory adorned by naive messengers, imitating the bandages of scourge victims, unaware of their meaning. The spatters of blood give it a particularly nice touch. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in adornment. Why not let them be happy and revel as babes? We'll see what this item does a bit later on. But for now, that's all the items in this area. I just had to do that. It's taken me a lot more time to get that sorted out, more than I needed to do, but I don't know, when I'm in the frame of mind of getting it done, it just saves me having to come back and do it later. So, that is this area, completely cleared, finally. Now, we want to be going that direction, but we've got a few items that we can get over there first. Also, you'll notice over there... Oh no, I didn't mean to chuck a Molotov. I meant to do that. We'll be meeting that guy in just a second. Oh man, I'm just messing up all over the place. Well, as I got this fire paper, I might as well use it. It's not recommended for this area. Although I will say it does get rid of the crows in one hit. But that was an absolute waste of a fire paper there. Another bloodstone shard that I don't really need. Now that's where we're ultimately heading to there. That is the chapel where we're going to fight the blood-starved beast, which is the main boss of this area. So we're heading back this way. Before we do anything, we are going to open up this area here. Now there is actually a trick that you can do. You'll notice where we're going back to in just a second. So now we've unlocked this shortcut. So this is where we were fighting that hunter just a second ago in this area. In fact, there's a few little bits and pieces that we can do around here as well. A few little items that we can get while we're here. We're going to be coming back this way. That's where we end up. So for now we can go... Oh no, he's still... Oh no, he's not alive. So now that we've got that area opened up there, I'm just going to go and sort out this area here. So if we run over to this place here... just jump over to there. I wonder if I could have just... I can't remember if I could have just actually somersaulted over to that place, but whatever. Okay, so now that we're in this little hidden area here, this isn't an area you have to go to, but there's a few little useful upgrade items. And we might as well do it before I forget. More bloodstones, gemstones, should I say. None of which are particularly useful. Now look, you see that I've got the torch in my hand. Oh, I thought they were scared of fire. Clearly not. Get rid of all these enemies here. This area is more for the 100% completion for the trophies stuff. There's some items and outfit sets that you can buy, which I believe you need to be able to complete that. So we've got a chest here that we can open up. Another gemstone, which I think is exactly the same as all the other ones we've had. You can run up here. There's a few more enemies around, but nothing too bad. Just run straight up to the top. Let's just heal up before we forget. The red moon hangs low and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinders? Pessimistic. And here we've got the Charred Hunter set. So these are all outfits that you can use for... They have different statuses, etc. Yeah, all of this goes towards the 100% completion for the trophies. So that's this area completely clear now. So this now takes us back to this shortcut. Now that we've got this open, we can easily come back down here to this way. And now we can go through this area. Now we've got another Wandering Madness here that we can quickly go for. You don't really need to, because I've got more than enough upgrade materials here. Oh no, I've missed it. Where was it? I've missed the Wandering Madness. Oh, there it is. No, I've missed it. Okay, well there was a Wandering Madness there that you can get upgrade materials off, but I don't need it. I've got more than enough bloodstone shards at this point. I am messing this up. Really am badly. I should have probably played this game again through once before doing this playthrough, but... Okay, here we got another Scourge Beast. These are kind of easy at this point. Especially if you do that. That has got to hurt. Bloodstone shards, more of which we don't need. Got this dude here. You can just jump round the back of him. Don't need to do viscerals either. The damage I can do now is pretty more than enough. Man, I'm struggling for words now. We've got an item round here. Another pungent blood cocktail. That will come in handy in a bit. Got this. There's an item down here and a gate that we cannot unlock for now. We will come back to this area a bit later. As I said, we did miss the Wandering Madness, but it's just drop-in upgrade materials that we've got more than enough of at this time. Bearing in mind I'm still at +2 on the weapon when I should have been +3 at this point, because I forgot to upgrade at the Hunter's Dream. We're very close to getting to the boss now. So I've taken a few detours. Now, that's the Scourge Beast that we saw from up there. What's going to happen? It's not really a big deal. Pick up the Beast Blood pellets, and it's there. And it drops down. Not a big deal. As I said, these enemies at this point aren't really too big a deal. Beast Blood pellet is something that you could use to boost the attacks of your player. I can't remember the exact mechanic of it. I don't really use them much myself. A lot of speedrunners do. Thought it was best to let that one play out there. For those of you who haven't experienced that before, that always got me the first time I played it. So now we're going to open up our final shortcut of this area. Can't remember if there's any more items around here. Yes, no, nothing here. There's a few on the way up. So yeah, we're going to open up our final shortcut now. Before I head back to the Hunter's Dream, do a final bit of upgrading. There's another guy here. Yeah, final bit of upgrading, and then we're going to go and fight Blood-Starved Beast. And I hope that I don't completely screw it up like I have a lot of this. So this is the that's the shortcut there, but we've just got another item up here. More fire paper, very handy, especially as I just used one stupidly. So this is the area we were right at the very beginning. I jumped down from that area earlier on, so now that we can, you'll recognise this area again now. So this is that ladder that we were on. And yeah, now that this is all opened up, it's very easy for me to return to the beginning, to the Hunter's Dream, upgrade everything and come back here directly. It's going to be that much easier for me. Old Yarnham is kind of one of those areas. I don't necessarily enjoy this area that much. It's not one of my favourite areas in the game, but it's not terrible. So yeah, there's the lantern. Return to the Hunter's Dream. Hopefully we should still have this done under 2 hours. It's actually taken longer than I was expecting it to, this one. So let's crack open some cold blood. Get as many blood echoes as we can. The doll has actually moved, so she can actually be in different areas. She might be up here. Yeah. Quite often you see her kneeling by that graveside there.
Welcome home, good hunter.
What's up?
What is it you just... Very well. Let me stand.
Okay, how many have we got? So we've got enough for 3 levels. A bit more in strength. Get the vitality up. Or should I get the skill up? Get the skill going up as well.
Farewell, good...
And now, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, so we're still on the best one that we've got. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah. Okay, so we can't upgrade anymore. Might as well repair a weapon. Get that. Oh, I didn't need to repair it. I've got the upgrade. So now I can upgrade the weapons to +3. And now you will see that I require twin bloodstone shards. I need 3 of those, which we can't get until we get through to some of the other areas. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately. But now we have upgraded as much as we can. Now we're going to return to Old Yarnham, and we're going to take on the Blood-Starved Beast. He can be tricky, he can be kind of easy as well. Depends on the old RNG. In fact, let's just get a few things equipped. So before I forget, I'm going to get rid of the monocle, pebbles. Molotovs can be quite handy. Antidote, that counteracts poison. That's going to be handy. I don't use the blood beast pellets. That's going to be quite handy. Pungent blood cocktail. Now, basically, when I throw one of these, the beast is going to run over to it and start attacking in that area. So it allows us to kind of lure the beast away from us. We've also got the fire paper, which we're going to use as well to inflict that much more damage. So now that we've got this shortcut opened, we can now go this way, jump down here, and yeah, now that's the shortcut that we had that was closed to us before. Just clear out a few of these enemies just in case any of them sneak up on us. We got a few more enemies to deal with before we can get to the blood-starved beast, but we're almost there. So this is, yeah, the scourge beast that jumped out the door will now already be out here. You can actually just run away. You don't need to face him. You don't need to fight him at all, but as you're there. Now, what I usually do here, if we run through to the side here, we'll have this enemy here. And then go to this side, and we've got, you'll see he's got red eyes. I think that first creature, when it started shouting, I think it kind of puts him into a frenzy, makes it more powerful. So I think you have to try and kill that first enemy quickly so that it doesn't do that, but obviously I didn't. So now we're running through to this area. Is this Madman's Knowledge maybe? Quicksilver bullets. We've got another Wandering Madness here, which we should be able to catch fairly quickly if we run over to it. Again, we don't really need it at this point, because we've got more than enough, but as it's there, just to show you. Over here we've got another item, Bold Hunter's Mark. They can be quite handy. And now I think we're just about ready. Well, actually there's a few more items we can go and get first. Now you can actually summon Alfred to help you with this fight. I believe with most Souls games, when you summon somebody to help though, you actually end up giving, the boss ends up with more health to counteract it a little. So it does help and it doesn't as well. So I'm going to pick up some Cold Blood Dew. We've got some of these guys hiding, yep, hiding behind away, so just something to be wary of. As I say that, there was another one there. There's two of them down. Now, I'm not above getting Alfred to help me out if it takes me too long to try and beat this guy. But I can usually do him on my own easily enough. Blood-starved beast is not a terrible boss. So just run around here. We've got another item here, some more Cold Blood Dew for later on. And I think that's everything. Okay, so here we go. Blood-starved beast. Let's see how we do here. So I'm going to run in, get the fire paper going. I'm going to get the cocktail going, which I'll then throw over here. So now he should go straight over to that instead of to me, which allows me to get some hits in. Now he delivers poison damage. Oh man. Oh, you're joking me. That doesn't help that the it really doesn't help that the screen capture card then just completely screwed me over. Yeah, so this guy does poison damage, so that's something that you have to keep an eye on. Throw another punji. Does he go over that way? My fire paper has run out now as well. See? Yeah, I was starting to build. I didn't mean to do that. That meant to be the paper. Oh, I've got poison damage. Go, go, go. Get back, get back, get back. Oh, man, come on. Okay, now take the antidote. God's sake. No, I can't die now. I can't die now. I cannot die now. Oof. Oh man, that was close. Come on. Oh. Well, at least I did it first try, and there I've got the Thumaru Chalice, which allows me to, and I got a trophy for getting the chalice there as well. So a lot of this stuff is story related, just as you're progressing through it. So yeah, by using the pungent cocktails, you can draw the beast away so that you can attack it. I was lucky to get through that there. There was a few moments there I didn't think that was going to work out. So we got the lantern there. But around here we got some more antidotes. And now we're going to return to the hunter's dream. Well, at least I did that first time. That was a little bit messy. Now, when you get slow poisoning, it's very easy for your health bar to tick down, and he starts getting really aggressive. So it's very easy for you to run out of health before you realise what's going on. So I was lucky to get away with that, to be honest. Right, we're going to do a bit of levelling up here to finish this, and then we're done.
Good hunter.
For today's episode, and we're going to get on to
very well.
What we'll be doing next week. We'll be going actually into the Cathedral Ward properly next week, and beating Vicar Amelia. So another 2. I think we'll continue getting a bit more vitality for now.
Farewell, good hunter.
Yeah, whatever, love. German's there. We'll save that for... Yeah, okay. Yep, that'll do for this episode. So when we get back, we're going to chat with German. Again, he's going to tell us a little bit about what we need to do next. We can also start getting some twin bloodstone shards so we can upgrade the weapons even further. And like I said, we're going to go into the Cathedral Ward, and we're going to go and beat Vicar Amelia, which is a pretty intimidating boss. That'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching, as usual. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Nice little way to segue out. I like to do my awkward outros. That'll do. That'll do. That was quite stressful. More stressful than I thought. Brilliant. Once again, though, if you do want more of these episodes each week, let me know. It's easy enough for me to carry on doing them and get two out a week maybe instead of the one. Because once I've done Bloodborne, I'm going to be going through all of the other Souls games as well. So I've got tons of stuff to play through for the channel. Anyway, I'm going on. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.